Okay, right. So in our previous video, we have proved the sine rule, right? So now we must learn how to use it. So let us look at these examples now. First example given is this one. Given that triangle ABC, as you can see, that's not a right angle triangle. Since it's not a right angle triangle, remember the Pythagoras theorem fails. We cannot use Pythagoras. Also, SOHCAHTOA fails. We cannot use SOHCAHTOA because these are only restricted to right angle triangles. So here what can we use? The sine rule. We are going to use the sine rule in this case, right? Yes. So in each and every sine rule problem that I face, I always do this. I go to the angle itself, then I draw an arrow to the opposite side. Then I go to this one, I draw an arrow to that. Then I'm able to see that, oh, in fact here I'm given the angle, but I'm not given the side. It's x. But here I'm given the angle and I'm also given the side. Which means I can set up my equation, right? I can set up my equation to be what? To be that side, which is AC, divided by what? Divided by sine B, which is equals to, and then that side as well. This which goes as AB divided by sine of what? The sine of C. But I do have AC is given as x divided by the sine of B, which is sine 35. And this is equals to, what's AB? AB is 33 divided by sine of C, which is 54. So it's sine 54. I need to make x the subject of the formula, which means I'm going to multiply both sides by sine 35. So I will get x, which is equals to 33 divided by sine 54 multiplied by sine 35. Yes, and this should give us 23,40. So we have 23,40. It's in centimeters, so it's centimeters as well. So we have that side as 23,40. It's even possible to find this side as well, the BC side. Using angles, sum of angles in a triangle, we'll be able to find that angle and then relate it to that side, right? Now moving on to our second example. This is what we have again. Since this is not a right angle triangle again, what are we supposed to use? We can use the sine rule. Of course, there are other methods like the cosine rule, which is what we'll look at later on. So here we have what? We have this side and that angle. Remember, we are trying to find x. But if you look at x is related to angle B. Do we have angle B? No, we don't. But we can find angle B. In fact, if you look at this, when we say angle A plus angle B plus angle C, it should give us what? 180 degrees. And this is sum of angles in a triangle, right? Sum of interior angles in a triangle. So our A is 108 degrees plus our B, which is unknown, angle B plus C, angle C, which is 42 degrees. So we have that as 42 degrees is equals to 180 degrees. Hence angle B is equals to, which is equals to 30 degrees, right? Yeah, so now we have a 30 degrees here. And then we can go ahead and relate this and that, whereby it's going to be AC divided by the sine of B, which is equals to, what else are we given? We are given this angle right here, which corresponds to that side. So it's BC divided by the sine of A. What's AC? AC is x, sine of B, which is sine 30. And then BC, which is 163 divided by sine A, which is sine 108 degrees. So we have that. Make x the subject of the formula by multiplying with that on both sides. So in fact, x should then be equals to 163 divided by sine 108 multiplied by sine 30, right? Which gives us that x is equals to, yes, and then we get that our x is equals to 85,69 centimeters, right? Next problem. Let us work in variable form now. Let's look at this one. In each case, find the length of BC in terms of the letters and the symbols, right? Okay, I'd like us to skip this for now. We will come back to it at a later stage because we have insufficient information. Let us try it and see. Remember, we are trying to find this side, which is BC, and BC is related to that. But then if you look at this, we can try relate BC by saying BC divided by sine A. right? Whereby we know that BC is an unknown in this case. If we try to relate it with that side, x and c, which is AB divided by sine c, we do have AB, but we don't have AC, so we have a lot of unknowns if we try this expression. Or even when we say BC divided by sine A, because that's what we know for now, and try to relate it the other way around by taking the other side, which is what? Which is AC and B, the angle B. We don't have this one, right? But we do have the sine of A. Do we have AC? Yes, AC is given as Y. We do have that. Do we have sine B? No, the angle B is not given, and there's no way we can find angle B or angle C because we only have one angle, so it's impossible to find any of those two. So the sine rule is not applicable in this example, but we will learn about the cosine rule pretty much soon. Let us look at this one. Remember, we are trying to find this side here, which is BC, right? But if you look at BC, it's related to that angle, which is A, and we don't have angle A. Is there a way to find angle A? Yes, there is. It's that theta and beta there because we have two angles now. So in fact, if we say angle A plus angle B plus angle C, it should give us what? 180 degrees. And these are some of interior angles of a triangle, right? And then from here, what is A? We don't have angle A, so it's angle A plus. We have theta, C, which is beta, gives us that. Now we have that angle A is equals to 180 degrees minus. Here's what you are not supposed to do. A lot of people usually make this mistake of saying it's 180 minus, it's 180 degrees minus theta minus beta, because when you transpose everything, it changes the sign. That becomes a problem because we still have to use the reduction formula. So let us keep it this way. Let us group those two and have them under the same minus sign. Okay, this is how it goes. It goes as minus theta minus beta like previously. And then we factorize them. We put the minus outside, then we have a theta plus beta. Let's keep it this way. So this angle here is 180 degrees minus theta plus beta. Right? Then we can apply our sine rule because we are looking for BC. Right? So since we are looking for BC, we can say then BC over the sine of A is equals to, which side are we given? This one. And we're given that angle and it's we're given the angle and its side. So BC over sine A is equals to AC over sine B. Right? What's BC? We don't have BC, so it's BC divided by, we have A. It's sine 180 degrees minus what? Minus theta plus beta. Right? Which is equals to, what's AC? AC is x divided by sine beta, which is theta. Sine, not beta, sine B. So it's sine theta there. Then remember, we are trying to find BC. But then if you remember well, the reduction formula tells you that sine 180 degrees minus theta is equals to sine theta. This is the second quadrant whereby sine is positive. In fact, here we have BC divided by, our angle is that one. So treat this as one single angle. So it's going to be sine of what? Of that angle, which is theta plus beta. Right? Which gives us x over sine theta. And then finally we have BC, which is equals to x over sine theta multiplied by that, which is sine theta plus beta, which can be written like this: x sine theta plus beta all divided by sine theta. That's our BC value.